You really put it on the ceiling.
Here we go, bro.
You got it?
Not really, but not the closed caption and stuff.
Well, it should be on that, on closed captions. Yeah, it's on.
Is it on?
It'll take a few seconds for it to catch on. Dan's like, it's taking a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Brother Stevens resigned. Not Stevens. Brother Shrum resigned. He messaged me Tuesday morning, and I don't know what all he told you guys, but he got asked something over in J that has been bothering him for weeks, and he's been having nightmares about it, and made the decision that it was not going to benefit our church if people over in J had heard the things that had happened here and the lies that were being said about him. So he has left immediately. However, he has not unloaded the church yet, so all of his stuff is still here. I don't know when we're going to have that out. Mom and I had a meeting with Brother Nance the other day as the board members. He asked if we wanted to keep the church open or just go ahead. Are we good? He asked if we wanted to keep it open or go ahead and shut it. We told him we needed, no matter what happened, we needed to keep it open because we do have older individuals here in town that could not go somewhere else. Now, on top of that, I do have to say that my family was already looking at going somewhere else because my children have never had a youth group. They have never had support from a youth group. They have never had friends in a youth group because it has never been something that has been here since I've been alive in this church. The youth group has always been me, my cousin, and the pastor's daughter or whatever. So there's never been a true youth group since I've been alive that is beneficial to the kids of this church. So we are possibly looking at leaving to go to a church with a larger youth group, just because by the time we build a youth group here, my kids will be gone. So having said that, we are currently attending service in Wagner on Sunday mornings, so my kids can get into that. And then that's why church services changed to 2 o'clock, because we had literally just talked about leaving, and I don't want to leave you guys with absolutely nothing here to help keep things going. So we are going to come up here and be here at 2 o'clock. Now, those services don't always have to stay at 2 o'clock, but for the time being, until we get a pastor in here, they will be at 2 o'clock. Because right now, unless any of you guys want to step in, it's me and my husband and my kids doing the work between the platform and the sound booth. So we're not going to leave you guys in a bind. We're not going to do that. But we are going to keep the services at 2 o'clock until we get somebody in here. Now, having said all that, I've got a phone call from Brother Nance, about 6 p.m. Friday night, 7 p.m., 8 maybe, and he had just got off the phone with Brother Martin, Matthew Martin, and Matthew Martin had mentioned bringing in Brother Stevens, and so they called Brother Erickson, Brother Stevens' pastor, and Brother Stevens to find out if he would step in as an interim pastor until we find somebody, and he has graciously agreed. So he was not able to be here this week because of Hannah's gender reveal on her baby, but he will be here starting next week. So I don't know how long that will go. I don't know if we'll have Wednesday services. I am not exactly sure what that will entail. I have not got to sit down with Brother Stevens yet and talk. But he will be stepping in because, for one, the main reason is we've got to get Brother Shrum removed from the banking stuff. We've got to get him removed from the bills. We've got to get him removed from everything he's currently on as quick as possible. And the easiest way to do that is by having a pastor step in. So Brother Stevens is going to be that fill-in, and he will be helping with the services, preaching to us, which I know we all need is some good preaching. It's been a minute since we've had a true preaching. So he will be stepping in into that position for a time. Brother Nance also did tell us that he has spoke with the board over the Oklahoma UPC, and one of the board members said he's pretty sure he has somebody that does want to try out for Vinita Church. So it may be a quick process, and that may be the only one that wants to try out, but we do have somebody, it looks like, that will want to try out, and we will be able to decide then what we're going to do. My hope is they come in, they bring some of their family that they have, not like we did with the Shrums, because I would want them to bring in their family that's already in church, move them to the state, get some people in here to help out around, and hopefully bring in some youth so we don't have to leave to find a youth group. Of course, there is other churches around, but we did not feel like my Aunt Barbara or Carl and Sandy would be able to just pick up and drive to another church to be able to have service like some of the rest of us can. So for now, we will be doing services like that, and hopefully we find somebody quickly that can step in for what our church makes in tithes for them to have, and hopefully they have a job where they can supplement all their income with that. There was a lot of reasons I think that Brother Shrum left, but ultimately, I don't think his heart was in it anymore. I think he has that personality that likes to fixate on things, and when he first came, he fixated on the church, and it grew quickly. But then he lost that fixation on the church and moved on to Montana, and the church started dwindling. And then he moved on to the girls, and the church has dwindled more. I think he just has that personality that wants to fixate on stuff. And when Cindy and Montana came, his focus changed. So we need to find a pastor who is willing to focus on the church, grow the church, and help us break the bonds that tie this town down and this church down. Because we have not had, I don't remember the last time we had a steady 40, 50 people in church. I can't remember when. So, for now, we are going to do what we can to keep it going. And for now, we will probably, and this is a hard way to say this, but the benefit of Brother Stevens coming is he typically does not do much with the tithing money. So we'll be able to use that to help fix up the church, because there is things we've got to get done to this church badly. Starting with that kitchen and the bathrooms in the back where there's holes in the wall and holes in the ceiling, and they're just tore up, and we've got to get that done. So hopefully we are able to focus on getting some of that stuff done while Brother Stevens is here. So please do continue to pay everything. Just know that I will probably be holding on to your tithing checks until we have the debit card back from Brother Shrum and his name off of the accounts. Because I don't want temptation to be there. And I'm not saying he would ever do something like that, but temptation can lead you to do stupid things. So, starting next Sunday, we will have Brother Stevens here. The service will still be at 2 o'clock. That way he can go to his church as well in the morning. But I do not know what's going to go on for Wednesday nights right now. We will make that announcement later after talking to him. Because I don't know. You know, he is in Chelsea, but he goes out a lot to preach still. So we may have a lot of random ministers come through that him or Brother Nance will find to keep us with the flow of having ministers and stuff. Now, Easter is coming up, and I don't know what Easter is going to look like here at this pace. I don't know what we're going to do. One benefit, though, of the Shrums leaving is we don't have to have a dinner now every month. I know some people didn't mind it, but it wasn't the greatest. So there's only a few people that eat their food. Is there anything you guys are concerned about with this? Anything that I did not cover that I should have? So I think I covered most of the stuff Brother Nance spoke about that I can speak about. He will call either me or my mom, just because we're the board members, when he has somebody that wants to try out for the church. So I'm hoping we can get somebody local that we've already know, because that was the one downside about Brother Shrum. We had no idea how they were going to be because they didn't live here. So we hadn't seen them out and about before. So I'm hoping we can get somebody closer, but I don't know. We did take the cameras down in here as well. Not the main camera, but the security cameras. They are linked specifically to Brother Shrum's account. So until we can reset them, the ones inside the building will not be up. There's no reason for them to be able to watch inside the church building anymore. So. I feel like I'm a Debbie Downer, so has anybody got anything else about it? We've been through this before. It's different this time because the last time there was different people in the board positions than what there are now. Me and my mom has never gone through this before as board members. So it is going to be a trial for sure. I mentioned that to Brother Nance, and he said he had heard about some of the things his wife had said around. So he suggested we just wait and see if they come back on their own. But that was my first thought, because at least then we could have Bible study. We could maybe do Wednesday night with him, something. But he suggested, because of the things that he had heard, to just wait it out and see if he comes. The same thing with James and Jamie, because he again had heard some of the things. So he said, just wait it out and see if they come back. The only other one that said that they would come back would be the Millers. And now that Brother Miller's gone, I don't know if Sister Miller would. But that's the last one. I did think about messaging her on Facebook and telling her, but I don't know. Like, she's kind of established at the church she's at now. I don't know either. Which is funny, because the very person that said that was Sister Brannon. So I don't know. See, and that's what I had heard too. Like, she made a comment on Facebook. We were gone on a trip somewhere. She made a comment on Facebook to the messenger and stated on the church messenger that that's funny. My husband says I can't come back or something. And we're like, oh, we're sorry. We hadn't even heard that at that point. It was after she made that comment that Sister Brannon had told us. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. But another reason they quit was because of that service where Eric booed the girls. That was another huge one for them. Like, their family still talks about it to this day. You see any of the girls out and about, like we saw Alyssa not long ago out, and she's like, oh, I'd never come back there because the pastor booed them. And it wasn't him. It was Eric, their dad. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so too. I know even Brother Shrum's family, a lot of them left because of stuff that was said to them by Sister Shrum. So I don't, we got to pray for her. She's been through a lot. And, when you're been through a lot and then you get treated the way that we've all heard him treat her from the pulpit, it wears on you. So she's down, and he's putting the girls before her. And so she's pretty far down there right now. Like, she's at the bottom of the barrel. She's about to give up. Yeah. No, it does, absolutely. So she was she was excited that even though the doctor hasn't given her a release yet, I'm going to send her some paperwork to do for me, just so she has something to do. But it's sad when that gets to be something you're kind of excited to do. So, because I know I hate it. I'm doing it daily right now, and I hate it. So, but she really needs our prayers. And if you guys could call her or message her, she's afraid she's not able to come back to church anywhere in this section because of him resigning. She needs to know that she is still welcome here. He won't be coming here, but she needs to know she is still welcome here and at the other churches, because she's feeling, a pastor's wife is probably the loneliest position you can have, because while the pastor gets to be the social one and get to hang out and do this and do that, she has to be the one that is in the background. And I went off on him during the summer at the fireworks stand because of how he was talking to her. So I know there are things going on at their home too that should not be done. So we need to pray for her, because she's at the bottom of the bed. She's about to give up. When it gets to the point where you hope you don't wake up from a surgery, it's bad. It's bad. So if you guys could just message her, talk to her, just, hey, miss seeing you. You're always welcome to be there, whatever. I'll deal with her at work, but she needs others to reach out to her. That was probably the most hurtful thing to her here lately, is the fact that even though, like Sister Tipton and me, we had talked to just a little bit ago, that we didn't message her because, we didn't want to bother her. We didn't want to, but she wanted to be bothered. Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, you did more than a lot of people did. I mean, a lot of them, like even my mom, she'd be like, "Hey, Sister Shrum, how's she doing?" She'd ask me. And sometimes we have to reach out ourselves because she needed to know she's loved here, and there's only one way to do that. Yeah. Yeah. hmm And I'm sure it being a Sunday and her not being able to be here, I'm glad she's not here today because then we can actually talk about it. But I would like her to know she can come back to church. So even if we have to force it a little bit, it kills me how she has been. I mean, dialysis is going to do that to you anyways. You're going to get down. You're going to have down times. And she's been on this since she was like 19 years old. She's had the problem since 14, but she went on to dialysis at 19. hmm Oh, a whole lot of them. I mean, we have twice a year, we have about 5 people die that's riding with us to go to dialysis. So um, she has. She's strong. She is stronger than what she realizes. She really don't see herself as a strong person, but she is strong. And she could be a big asset to us too here, really. I don't know if I'd put her in a classroom with kids, but she can help with other stuff around here. I mean, she's a workhorse. She is. But we got to let her know she is welcome. That just because he resigned, that does not mean we're turning our back on her. So, but anyways, once Brother Stephen is here, we will get a game plan going on what exactly we're going to do. We're probably going to have a work day because we've got to get the back of that church cleaned. It's disgusting. It stinks horribly. The refrigerators have moldy food and moldy flour in them, and it's just ridiculous. So we need to get that all taken care of. So we will probably have either a Saturday or a Sunday all-day cleaning day before long. But for right now, I think that's probably about it. Unless you guys have anything else. Yeah, we'll figure out. That's the one thing, Joseph. We got a little wore out on doing all the stuff because it seemed like it was us doing most of the work when we would have the Shrums living here, and it was us doing the work. So he got a little tired of it. And now that Brother Stevens is going to be here, Brother Stevens is always right there helping. So that's. Oh, no, and we're not even talking about you guys. It's just when you've got them living there and the others living out there, and yeah, it's 3 or 4 of us doing all the work, cleaning up after their kids, cleaning up after, it's hard. It's hard, so. Yeah, the roof is collapsing in the building. So. Mhm. Yeah, you can see it bowing down. Yeah, we took Brother Nance out there the other day. So we took Brother Nance out there the other day. We got up from the office and said, he's like, I can't usually smell stuff, so I'll be fine. He walks in the back and says, oh, I can smell that. I was like, great, that's awesome. But No, we just wanted today to be kind of about us and getting on the same page, and that's very hard to do through Messenger or over the phone. So we were going to do songs and pray, but this is a lot of information to process right now. So yeah, and Sister Tipton's got to go, so we kind of rushed everything a little bit to make sure she got to hear everything. Was everybody that's in here, did you guys sign the book last year? The membership book? No. So that's one thing Brother Nance wanted to know, was who all signed the book last year. So I've got to locate it. That's going to be fun. Sister Shrum did like to clean my office a lot instead of just leaving things alone. So I've got to find the book, find the membership roll to see who had signed the book. And I don't know if he's going to want to have a meeting with all those people or what we're going to do. Besides my mom, because I do her taxes, does anybody else need the tax letter with how much they donated to the church? No? Okay. So then I won't worry about those. We've already done our taxes because I knew how much we'd give, but I'm... Yeah, we're to the point of not. Now, next year, maybe, just because Joseph was off all month, so we'll see. But, yeah, I don't envy you one bit. We will not have a business meeting. We talked to Brother Nance, and he says since all this is going on, we will not have a full-on business meeting till next year. We'll have a little short one when we do a vote, and that's about it. Just know we were in the black with every one of the accounts. We're low on them, but we were in the black. So we're good financially standing, which is huge. At least we're not in debt. So, and fireworks stand money is gone. We paid bills. We paid for a brand new computer back there because our computer went out. And we paid for Youth Congress last year. So it's gone. So. No. Yes, I will tell you that absolutely not, because I was the only one that worked it. I mean, well, my family. Yeah. Yeah, Brother Shrum signed us up for it and then worked one day. So, no. I told him he could have it. He can take that spot. No, you're fine. You're fine. There was, you guys could not be out there. It was the most frustrating part is the fact that his family was not there to help. And I had just taken a new position as director, and I was like, I cannot miss any more work. No, no. He said it's really expensive. That's what he said. Yeah. Yeah. So we dropped our insurance last April, I believe it was, because it was running $800 a month, and we don't bring in $800 a month. So Brotherhood, the cheapest one. So we tried to go out for bids, and because we had people living in the building at that time, they would not even do a bid. So, but Brother Nance said theirs is running like $700 a month, and being ours is not really as good a shape of building as theirs is now. He's like, yeah, $800 a month is probably about right. So we do not have insurance on our building. So, and until we get a couple more families who are paying money in, we won't have insurance. There's no possible way we can afford it. What was it? I figured up all the income we had last year and all the bills, and we were negative $200 on that. And that was pulling money out of savings from the year before to pay them. So just everybody leaving, money's gone down so much. We went from almost 14,000 last year, and on our thing this year it was like 8,500 that we brought in. So bills are down with all of them not living here, but yeah, so. But we are still in the black, so there's that. Anybody else got anything? And because Sundays we are going to Wagner in the mornings, it'll probably be about 2. What do we start this at 2? Probably be about 1:45 before we get here. So at some point I need to probably show somebody how to turn music on so you guys can do prayer until we all get here. But don't everybody jump at once. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I can tell you, on a side note about us going to Wagner this morning, when we left the church, Connor got in and was like, hey, I really like that church. I was like, thank God. Thank God, because they've got a youth group of probably 40 kids his age. So we've got to do something to get him involved in church more so he's not hiding in the sound booth sleeping or whatever. So, but hopefully we can figure out a way to work it out. When we first had the class back there on Wednesday nights when I was teaching the class, we had like 30 kids back there. And then they started dwindling a little bit. And then I quit teaching, and then they stopped coming. It was just Eva and Casey. But I don't know. Yeah. 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 They were a lot. They were a lot. That is one thing, not necessarily about them, but their family. Brother Nance said when they come for a youth rally 2 years ago, and this is probably the reason we don't have him anymore, he said there was just something wrong. He could just feel that there was something wrong in here. And I don't know if that had to do with Montana and Cindy, if that was due to the shrums. I don't know what was wrong, what was different about that time, but he said something was wrong. So he said he couldn't put his finger on it. It was just something was off. So, and I think that was probably due to Montana probably doing the things he was doing in the building. Okay. Ooh. Is there anybody else? Anything else? Because, wow, you guys are right in a loud spot, aren't you? All right, well, we can pray if you guys want to pray. We can sing a little bit if you guys want to sing a little bit. Or we can go home and go to bed. And yes, I do realize it's not even 3 o'clock. Madam Board Member, what do you want to do? Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you guys next Sunday. I don't know. We probably need to just have a meeting this week with Brother Stevens on Wednesday. I guess if anybody wants to come, they can, but we'll probably just do a meeting this week and see what we're going to do.